living life semi-pseudo. Ain't no living life semi-pseudo. We going out tonight, or am I? You know, ain't no bedtime, you grown.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today. You're here with The De'Ara Show, and I'm your host, De'Ara. Today, for you, I have a very special guest. She's a healer, an author, a powerful motivational speaker, Miss Rose Whaley. Thank you, Rose, so much for joining us today. How are you?
I am great and I'm happy to be here with you and all of your supporters.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So, I would like to know, when did you first realize you had this gift inside of you of healing?
In 1987, I was diagnosed with psychosis, and they say it's incurable. And it's the same treatment and symptom, just like lupus. And I'm here to tell anyone you can heal anything. And I healed it over 20 years ago. I had it in my lungs and my skin, and they was testing me every few months to see if it spread to any other organs, because they say they can't stop it from spreading. And that's what woke me up to what my soul came here to do, which to heal so I can be the living example to other people who may be experiencing a lot of dis-ease, because that's all disease is. It's a dis-ease. That means we are out of alignment with the source that we call God. And the Creator lets you know everything is within you. So I had to learn it the hard way. And that's what woke me up when I was diagnosed with this disease. And I'm so happy. Everything I went through, bad as people think it was, it's what healed me. It's what woke me up to the divine power within and empower me so I can help other people who may be going through similar situations. I've been through just about everything, and I wrote 5 books explaining it. The abusive marriage, 5 suicide attempts. I had about 20 illness I wrote about in my first book, The Book Without a Name. Hyena hernia, all of that. Allergies, eyeglasses. I am at the age of 70, because I don't believe in old age. So I'll say 70 years younger. And I don't have anything wrong. I don't take no kind of medication. I walk every day. I go to the park and connect with Mother Earth. I meditate every day. I eat healthy. And all of this was a big challenge because I was brought up on bad food that we call soul food, which was killing us and still is if people continue to consume all of this bad food with all the chemicals and holding negative emotion against themselves and loved ones and just people in general. I had to learn how to forgive myself, forgive everybody, even my parents, because they was very dysfunctional and they traumatized me and caused a lot of pain. But they was only doing what they knew how to do, and that was eating, drinking, fighting, fornicating, disrespecting each other. It's like they didn't have it. It's like we wasn't there.
It was like basically the teachings that were that affected us negatively were passed down from generation to generation, And most of us did not learn from it.
Thank you. And that's the key, to learn from all our experience, what we call good or bad. And the people who come in our life that hurt us the most, they are our best teachers. And my parents, they wasn't taught what love, true love is, how to love themselves, so they didn't show us love. But because they didn't, I was always searching for it. And when I was diagnosed with the disease and got the book that the Creator sent to me, The Key to Yourself, it didn't send me nobody's Bible. It sent me this book in 1987. That book was almost 40 years old then. Wow. And that changed my whole life, how I look at the God within, myself, and all my situation, all the people, because everybody play a part in this journey, whether we call them good or bad, and they're serving a good purpose, but it's how you perceive things. We was taught to perceive anything that didn't feel good, bad, and to get angry and want revenge and all of this stuff, and all of the guilt, the anger, the shame, the resentment, the jealousy, all of this is causing a lot of disharmony in people's body. And that's why so many people are suffering for so many illness.
So this is a realization.
Yes, because it's everything is energy.
This
and
is
when you hold in anger, fear, hatred, jealousy towards anybody, all you're doing is hurting yourself. I had to learn how to forgive everybody, and I've been betrayed by so many people that I did my best to help. And I still love them. I think I love them even more.
Wow. So
because they're showing me how much I have grown and evolved. How you know what's right if you don't know what's wrong? How you know what feel good if you don't know what don't feel good? So all of the experience is here to serve us, to teach us, to remember who we are. Because that's all learning is about, learning to remember. Because you already know the stuff. We forgot. We got amnesia.
So when you did speak about forgiveness, many of us hold on to the guilt and the pain from not forgiving ourselves.
Thank you.
So why is it that we hold on to this guilt and pain and we just only hurt ourselves?
Because it's been passed down for generations, these negative emotions, and nobody explained to us, because you can't just know the knowledge. You have to enter and understand what the lesson is in all the experience. That's how you get in power.
So do we look at the lesson as if it's a negative experience instead of a teaching experience for us to know?
Thank you.
Okay.
And that's what it is. We look at it as bad, negative, and I hate this person because they did this, she did this, whoever. Instead of saying, because when people do situations and people do certain things to me now, I just say, okay, Creator, what's the lesson in here? Or what am I supposed to teach that person? Because it can go both ways. Sometimes you're going through experience.
Also, that
so
energy
you can teach somebody.
Also, that energy can come right back to you when you feel that way towards others. Even if they've done something to you, if you hold on to it and you are angry and resentful, that energy will come back to you from the universe.
Well, because what we put out must come back.
Wow.
And that's why in the Bible that most people I know who went to church and claim They believe everything in the Bible, because I don't believe everything in the Bible, because I know there's many Bibles been edited, books been taken out, things been misinterpreted. That's why the Creator said, I've written in the hearts of man. Nobody yet showed me in their Bible where the Creator said, I've written in a book. But I showed them in their Bible when the Creator said, I've written in the hearts of man. That's why it's all about opening up our hearts, because it's all about love. And most people don't love self.
Because we've been programmed that way.
But this is why I do the workshops. This is why I wrote the 5 books, so people can start inner and understanding who they are, what are the lessons, and how to change whatever reality they want.
Yes.
You don't have to stay angry and suffering and poverty, because the Creator already gave us everything. We just got to get back in line with it. But we looking at the system. We looking out there for the solution. But the solution is within us.
Rose, we'll get back into your workshops when we come back from break, and just hold on for a moment and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With coronavirus still spreading, people at higher risk must take extra precautions. You're at higher risk if you are over 65, or if you have any serious underlying medical conditions, like heart disease, chronic lung disease, diabetes, or if your immune system is compromised for any reason. If you're at higher risk, wash your hands frequently with soap and water for 20 seconds. Avoid touching your face. Disinfect frequently touched objects. And wash up after being in public spaces. And when it comes to social situations, less is better. Stay 6 feet or 2 arm lengths away from other people. Better still, stay home if you can. If you're sick, please stay home and away from others. And if you think you've been exposed to the virus, call your healthcare provider before going to their office. In challenging times, the choices you make are critical. Please visit coronavirus.gov for more information.
The census is a count of everyone in the United States, no matter your immigration status. The census count is how our communities get billions of dollars for programs that we all rely on. Who here's filled out a census before? You in the back. Starting March 12th, you'll be able to do this online or even over the phone. Now let's go through some of the questions.
This looks easy. So the census asks, how many people live in your home? Do you rent or own? Everyone's name, how you're related, age, ethnicity, and home phone number. So me and my wife, we have 2 kids. I'm 40.
You get the idea. Your information is completely confidential. By law, it cannot be shared with anyone. The census only comes once every 10 years, and 2020 is our chance to get it right.
The symptoms range broadly. Some people have very mild or minimal symptoms, and other people have more severe disease. Here in New York at Montefiore, over the last few weeks, we treated a lot of patients with COVID-19. And our patients tell us that in the beginning, their symptoms are sometimes vague. So things like feeling very tired, having muscle aches. Some people report losing their sense of taste and smell, and others report a sore throat early on in their illness. As things progress, some people will get a fever or a cough. A lot of people feel short of breath, and some people actually get a stomach upset partway through their illness. For those people who are going to have a more severe course, that tends to happen around the 1 week mark. And so I do recommend that for those who think they have COVID-19 or know that they have COVID-19, to pay extra attention to your symptoms around that time. And if you have any concerns, then you should contact your healthcare provider to make sure that you don't need to go to a hospital.
And we're back on the De'Ara Show. Again, thank you so much for joining us. And we have our guest with us, Rose Whaley. And we were just leaving off about your workshop. So you just had a workshop this past Saturday, and there were many
Yes.
that attended and needed healing, needed to feel the word from you, and they had a spiritual awakening.
Well, I feel we all are having a spiritual awakening, especially now with the so-called corona, because most people are changing their diet, starting to meditate, they're connecting back with nature, and they're coming to workshops to get the support and get the in and overstanding what this whole path is about. Because
There,
we
there are
wasn't a, go ahead.
many places to go to have this support system where like-minded people about spirituality can come together and feel safe, feel at home, feel at ease, that they can relax and just let it all out.
And that's very important. And I'm so proud of the people who've been coming to this new workshop because, and I mean, all culture, and they're opening up. They feel comfortable sharing some of their trauma from childhood and doing the different meditation on healing the inner child, raising their vibration, and all about opening up and balance all the chakras. Even if the people who wasn't aware about the chakra center, they was really impressed. And one man, he told the group his son is 3 years old and he's already teaching him how to meditate.
Wow.
We were so proud of him.
So how important is meditation for us in this time?
Well, meditation always was the key. Even if you go back to the Bible that most people claim they believe in, it tells you there. Meditate day and night. Because we so distracted. That's why it's all this entertainment, all of this, you know.
Well, you know, I mostly hear that meditation is hard because you have to silence all the noise around you and just be one with yourself. So being quiet with yourself doesn't sit right with some people. They really have to work on it.
Well, we have to work on everything. It wasn't easy for me when I started 30 years ago.
Wow.
It took me almost 9 months just practicing. I talk about it in my first book. My mind, everything was coming up more than ever before. Then I started feeling like something was crawling on me, and it wasn't.
Wow.
The
So
mind wasn't used to being silent.
One moment, Rose. So it was hard at first because...
No, we're not going to use the word hard. Challenging.
It was challenging at first because the mind was racing and you can get easily distracted. But once you keep practicing, you will, you know, pull through, follow through.
Yeah, you conquer it.
Yeah.
And meditation, it's different types of meditation. And this is what I explain in all my book. What works for me may not work for you. And they got thousands of techniques. You practice different ones, and whatever resonates with your spirit, your soul, that's what you do. Not what people are, you got to do it this way. Maybe that way worked for them.
Right.
And the thing about we are stimulated with so much entertainment, and this was by design.
And we want it quicker and faster. And if we don't get it fast when we want it, we just, you know, completely can't accept that or deal with it.
Well, people give up because we've been used to gratification right now. But that's not the way the Creator works, because the Creator, what we think is 20 years, is a wink of an eye in the Creator.
Yes. Wow.
And this is what people don't understand. And when you start meditating, it's not about stop thinking. The key is the thought's going to always come up, but you have to learn not to focus on it, and it'll go right past you.
The key is the thought will always come up, but you have to not to focus on it.
To learn how to not focus on it.
Gotcha. To learn.
And and then once you master that, transcendental meditation, that's supposed to be the highest level. You have no thoughts. And I love it. It's powerful. It's powerful.
Wow.
And people have to practice, but people got to be committed to self. This is what they need to do for them, their inner work to heal and empower themselves. We want to do everything else for everybody else, but we're not committed to self.
Because we look for everything outside of self sometimes, instead of realizing that it's
all the time, because that's the way we was programmed, for validation. A lot of people who doing nice things, are they really nice people? Or they want you to think they're nice. They want to feel validated. Oh, look at me, I'm important. Look what I did, da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And this is what I keep telling. When you doing good from your heart, it's not attached to anything. You'll help anybody with no attachment. But I know people, they gave to somebody when they needed it, and when a couple of years they see them, or they doing good, now they fighting, arguing with them. Oh, well, you owe me. What you mean I owe you? Well, I did this and I gave this.
See that, and we just feel like that person should have stayed in that place in time when we did help them. Why wouldn't we be so happy to see, oh, this person is doing better. I did help them once or however many times. But instead that brings out in us what?
It brings out the real reason why people did what they do. Because if you do good for anybody, it's not attached to anything. It came from your heart. You don't owe me anything, even if you become a billionaire.
I just have to repeat that one more time. It brings out the real reason why people do what they do, their response.
Thank you.
Your success or whatever they consider you're doing good in or doing well in life. It brings out the response to why they did what they did.
Yeah, because now they're angry. You became a millionaire and you didn't give them anything. So what? They don't have to. And if you're angry about it, that means you gave with attachment.
Wow.
And the thing about it, when you give from the heart and you help somebody and they become successful and choose not to give you anything, it's okay, because your real rewards come from the Creator. You can't put a price on it.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
That's the real reward. It's on a soul level. It's not material things. You know, it's not about money.
This also goes back to what you said when we put out the energy that we will receive back. So that nice gesture that someone may have done, they receive that back if they did that genuinely from the heart.
Thank you.
Even if that person did not give them anything in return later on.
Thank you. Thank you. And this is the most challenging thing we have to learn: detachment, love, divine, unconditional love. Because it's not about anything. When I had my lawsuit, and the universe will test you or your higher self, say, okay, go to the bank, get $1,200 out, all hundreds. And from the Bronx to Manhattan, certain homeless people you see, I'll let you know which one to give each one of them $100.
Wow.
That was
This is
such
amazing
a
stuff.
powerful experience for me. Oh my God.
This had to have been so powerful for you and a learning experience for you and for others because you're spreading the knowledge. You know, we're wrapping up and we're coming to a closing, but I want to thank you so much for being a part of the show, and we'll keep in touch and I'll learn more from you and talk more with you. I wanted to know, are there any closing remarks you'd like to say?
Well, I can just let your audience know on September the 26th
More
at
information about you and your
2477 Western Avenue. I'll be doing a workshop from 2:30 to 5, and it's free. And they can come and interact and meet, and it's all positive energy.
awesome. This is amazing.
And the
Wow.
people are amazing because
Yes.
they want to heal and they want to reclaim their divine power. And that's why we're going through the chaos we're going through now. This is an opportunity to wake up to who you really are in your divine power.
Can you just say what you always say I hear in your messages for closing? The creator in you.
Oh, the creator in me greets the creator in you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for joining the De'Ara Show, you guys. It's been a pleasure. And until next time, see you then.
Thank you.
Ain't no living life semi-pseudo. Ain't no living life semi-pseudo. We going out tonight, or am I? You know, ain't no bedtime. You grown, spending them dimes, so darn. Ain't no living life semi-pseudo. Ain't no living life semi-pseudo. We going out tonight, or am I? You know, ain't no bedtime. You grown, spending them dimes, cause money ain't a thing. Way to bring the check, swipe the card, we tip the bet. Sometimes, haha, money ain't a thing. Ain't looking like the rest, despite the odds, pockets so blessed. Always, money ain't a thing. Our pennies so pretty, they should be waving in parades. No time for them busybodies, them stay in they porta potty. Pity parties they in, while we slaying the foreign oddies, spinning all of the rims. Wearing them diadems, looking slick and dapper, slipping slather, smooth. Pitter-patter, money showers, ooh. Your chitter-chatters, really rather rude. Adjust your attitude, getting money is nothing new, come on. Way to bring the check, swipe the card, we tip the best. Sometimes, haha, money ain't a thing. Ain't looking like the rest, despite the odds, pockets so blessed. Always, money ain't a thing. Go for a spin, runways, let's jet in the truck, got my fro in the wind, the chump changes, Benjamin Bucks, the glow on my skin, sun rays, my melanin up, all the dough that I spend, gotta praise, replenishes more than much, posters, cups and glass, toasted plush and cash, living life large and them flights far, on my chinny, let us in with VIP passes, price tags, I'm skimming them, no cap, no minimum cash spent, my mind bring the coin, never lack sense, money ever present, never past tense, hence, semi-pseudo never. I ain't living life semi-pseudo ever.